Welcome back to Crypto's Juiciest News, baby dolls. We're seeing a bit of a tumble over the weekend. Bitcoin giving you the red emoji around $82,000. And of course, that is American dollars right here, friends. So Bitcoin, looking at the monthly chart, it is red again. Remember, it's been flopping around, red, green, red, green. I'll be honest, I'm happy we're finishing red because it's kind of like we went through a lot of pain in March. And if we finish red, it's kind of like it's printed on the chart, and we know that if you're getting a green candle, it's kind of like if the cycle disappoints later on, and it's kind of like, oh, we gave you the green candle anyway, but you're like, no, that one doesn't count. You know, that's what I feel like. So hopefully Bitcoin doesn't finish above 84,500 for Mark as we go into the wonderful month of April, and then we're going to go to Y. Which is after that. And I've got to remind you as well, the global M2 liquidity, that had that little tipsy-turvy thing, if we're following the correlations, that still shows, oh man, another month, man. It means like, okay, up only in May now. But I don't know, friends, like up only in May, whatever. Look, I do see a world like that happening because everybody wants to sell in May and go away. But like, sell what, bro? Like, you had a loaf of bread before, you thought you'd have a banquet, and now the loaf of bread is like a bread crumb. You know what I mean? Like, we got nothing anyway. What are you going to do now? So, but it is tough, man, because everyone's going through these fears of like, you know, maybe economy is going to slow down, and it is what it is. Okay, we can't do anything. This is the Bitcoin chart, friends. It just hits a 21 EMA, and now it's hanging around here. So, look. Honestly, I don't even care if we go up only. You don't care either. But look, we're so far down, man. We're like so far down everywhere. It's been so long. Even Bitcoin dominance continues to tick up. Still, ETH BTC, very unfortunate, man. It is what it is, friends. We can't do anything about it. Man, but that Michael Saylor turbo leverage, that's something. This is others BTC still hanging around doing nothing. Many people are coming for expectations that this thing's going to crack down lower even more. But whatever, man. It's outside of our control. I'm just wondering, man. Is anyone actually going to look at what Bitcoin does? I'm just curious. Are you just going to turbo buy it on leverage with $16 billion? Do you actually know what it does? It doesn't it doesn't do anything, bro. It doesn't do anything. You're buying it because number go up. Like I know we know that, but it is funny. Oh, friends, I've just noticed on my chart. Wow, others ETH ratio has now hit 1. Oh my gosh, it actually has hit 1. Remember, friends, remember like altcoins are gaining on Ethereum, and Ethereum's the third cycle poopy curse right now. But that's cool. Wow, it's actually hit 1. Cool, but we'll think about it, friends. I think remember I've been joking for all these years. I've said, look, when you do well by the very end of this cycle, because I'm giving you free highest value content in crypto, you can tip me 1 Ethereum. Now, some of you might have to tip me like 5 Ethereum because it's going to be like $9 by the end of the cycle. But when we make it there, you tip me 1 Ethereum. Just promise me one thing, okay? We got to keep this in our mind for the next bear market. Everybody pooped on XRP in the 2022, 2023 bear market. But then XRP ran early. Maybe that's what happens, friends. Do you know I've been doing some Ethereum swaps the past week. Do you want to know how much an Ethereum swap costs, friends? It was 28 cents. I couldn't believe it. I was like, no, this can't be true. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I'm serious, friends. An Ethereum swap is literally it's 30 cents, bro. This used to be $150. So man, that's wild. That's like, oh, we'll make it really cheap to use, real cheap. So cheap, you're wondering if anyone else is even using the chain with you. Man, that's wild. It's kind of like, I want a real cheap home. Yeah, I want it to be really cheap to buy a home. And the government's like, yeah, we'll make it really cheap. And they just literally just like start bombing their own civilians. The food supply gets cut. It's like, oh yeah, sweet. Your house is down 94% in price because no one wants to live there. Oh, man. But friends, it's just narratives, man. When Ethereum has expensive gas fees, it's because the demand is high. Okay, and they're like, oh, because everyone wants to use it. Yeah, but they just don't know how to market, friends. That's why Ethereum, they don't have any market. They should have, like, literally, They shouldn't, because we need him, but they need Richard Hart on the board. He's like bragging at everyone, like, hey, people are willing to pay $100 because we have that much value. They'd give him more value. But we knew that, but they'd never say that. They'd get overwhelmed by the people yelling. But that's because Vitalik's an alien, friends, and like the alien stories always come from like poor families. And it was basically, you know, coming from like a very humble beginning. He wanted transactions to be 5 cents. But yeah, all of these, they're just words and narrative stuff out here. And you and I, honestly, we don't give a crap about it. That's like you're an Ethereum maxi, you're holding like 4,800 Ethereum, you got in on day one, you paid like $6 for your ETH. That's the stuff they got to worry about. You and I wouldn't give a crap about that. If you're wondering, yes, friends, I have a very stupid coin here. A very stupid coin. Stop buying this stupid coin, which is represented on this logo here. Also, friends, so PulseChain core coins, poop in the bed. Look, the thing is, it's all because of ETH BTC, all right? It's always because of ETH BTC. It's making new lows. Again, bro, does this thing ever go up? Wow. This has to be manipulation, man. This has to be the CME future shorting it. It has to be. Why do you just go down only forever? Like, you don't even try to, you know, it's just weird. This is the Ethereum spot ETF. You're down 61% on the Ethereum spot ETF. So when we did the PulseChain sacrifice here, yeah, ETH BTC is down 65%. That, and you know all the narratives you look at, Richard or SEC and Interpol and like Vitalik and Soy. It's just that's a chart. That's the speed. That's your indicator. You're like, oh, ETH BTC is down. Okay, we're crushed. Yeah. If we wanted to be right now like 3x above our ETH SAC price, which is a huge distance, ETH BTC would need to be at 0.10 right now. And by the way, that would be an enormous difference. So if you want to know, PulseChain would be, see, it'd be 4.5x. Man, it would be like time. It'd be like, we'd be like even like 12x higher right now. We'd be sitting like 2 to 3x SAC price, or even more, because there'd be like a leverage component on that. But we don't live in that world. We live in the world where we got cucked. Now, if you know me, friends, which you do, we'll crank it up a bit. You know me by now. If the crowd really hates something, I like tracking it and watching it. This is the pDAI price chart. It's put on a log chart out here. This is 0.2 cents. Okay, so it's 20% of a penny. 1 cent up here. The FUD started from Maria around here. So 0.06. Okay, that is the place where pretty much that's the reclaim zone. Like if we get there, that's the point where I'll be going nuts. I'll be making a lot of posts, but everyone's going to still be in disbelief, okay? Because I've seen that happen before. No one pays attention to that because how I know this happened to eHEX. With eHEX, friends, it was the exact same thing. Because eHEX versus Pulse ratio. You know what, friends? Because we're here and you're a baby doll, I'll just show you. Remember, friends, if I was the gloating type, I would have literally made, when this happened, because I did mention this to you, and part of my French friends, there's been some racism, some emergency racism. My drawing toolbar, for some reason on TradingView, it's not appearing. So now I'm lost. I'm lost. I don't know what to do. So we'll go through this. Why is the drawing thing removed? Oh, well. All right, so you see pretty much here, when we recovered here, friends, you know this part, Richard Hart, literally this moment, 5th December last year, I should have made 420 videos in a day, literally. And I should have went back to March 13, 2024. I would have got all your receipts. By the way, it's all in there in Twitter. I just can't be bothered doing that, okay? Because I don't like backward looking stuff, but who cares? It's happened in the past, right? We got always looking for the future, always thinking in the future. So this eHEX, when Richard Hart declared it dead, which I thought at the time was him abandoning it, but now I look back, it was just complete psyops to shake out weak hands. It literally recovered the entire move against Pulse. Literally, the whole move against Pulse. Okay, in fact, if you held it from before Richard's tweet, you made 60% on your Pulse. That's funny. 60% on your Pulse value. So that's huge, right? So that's what I'm looking at right now. So like when we recover that move, that's why I'm talking about this stupid coin called pDAI. Stop buying it. This stupid coin. So if it go back to 0.6 cents, I'll be doing that. But I know that's the disbelief part. Okay, that's it. That because it's not super powerful gains yet. It's just like, hey, you said it was dead. Now it recovered, okay? But here's the thing. See, you're talking to people who, they didn't like it before the FUD. So now you've just come back to the price where they didn't like it anyway. Now, what I mean by they don't like it, it's not high enough for them. Okay, because you like stuff when it goes much higher. Okay, that's obviously you know the game. However, this will be a nice personal victory here because man, I'm telling you guys, the baby dolls, like there's so many receipts. My gosh, like I'm just gonna have to have a receipts bonanza day where man, like, and you know what's actually happened? It's quite sad. People who consider you friends, but man, I had to mute all of you because I know I've been reading a lot of the stuff you've been saying about me behind my back. Man, I'm like, man, like it's going to be really hard for me to do the whole turn the other cheek, Christian forgiving thy neighbor stuff, man, because they're friends. I'm telling you right now. You know what I mean? I want to get Spoonie out. I don't really want to because, like, obviously, like, investment's more important, but I want to get Spoonie. I can't control Spoonie. Just put it, settle. You know what I mean? Like, it is disappointing because, bro, you guys went through this for 3 years. You can't see the similarities. You know, Hex was ostracized by the whole crypto community. Okay, just another thing. But I get it, because Richard gave his the best. Man, he gave the best narrative. It's like buying this coin makes the whole chain go down. Like, if I was in this war room and I say, okay, bro, now you got think of a better story than that. There's no way they'd believe that. He's like, oh yeah, watch me. Stupid coin, right? That's funny. Now, we'll speak more about that a bit later. Actually, no, friends, no. This is important. Okay? It's 500x to 480x now to $1. So, if the haters are wrong, there's enormous upside. I'm not going to go look at these other dog shit coins all out there in crypto. Like, oh, wow, some JPEG coin. Maybe Morad starts talking about it again. No. I don't give a crap about that, okay? I'm doing content for me. We all know if you're going to make it in this game, you have to hyper-focus on stuff. Is there edge there? Ooh, might be edge here. So this is the pDAI USD price chart, but I want to look at the pDAI pulse ratio. Oh my gosh, it's back near 100 again. Man, friends, this is that's a cracker candle. That's one hell of a cracker candle, friends. We are up since November. 65%. Wow. 65% up? How? I thought we're going to zero. Oh, it's a stupid coin. It's a stupid coin. Here's your lollipop. Stupid coin. Stop buying the stupid coin, question mark. Let's continue, friends. Unfortunately, as well, you've been hearing right now, Thailand had an earthquake. Shout out to my baby dolls in Thailand. I hope you and your families are safe. And the Thai authorities released critical information. The earthquake was caused by people buying pDAI. So, everyone, you know what to do. Okay, now, this month of March now confirms crypto to be in the longest bear market ever. We just had 4 red monthly candles, man, for others BTC. Holy moly, bro. You didn't even do that in a bear market. You've done that like once in a bear market. Bro, we're whoa, man. Okay, but it's post-Bitcoin halving year. Maybe, friends, I don't know. Maybe we run till next year March. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Man, friends, it's just funny. Every day I come in, there's Sam and everyone else in the Telegram. You keep saying, sorry, dark prophecy. And I'm like, no. Don't say it. Don't say it. Man, I was like, oh, man. Friends, I was happy to let go of dark prophecy. Oh, man. Just to let you know, so if you want some... Remember the dark prophecy, what it was, okay? Dark prophecy was that 2025 is dog shit wrapped in cat shit, okay? That's from The Big Short, right? So it's dog poop for 2024 and people bleed this year. But then 2026 and 2027 are like 2 cracker up years, right? That's what it is. So the people who sell this year, they buy back at the end of next year and then it's the firm thing. So, but I don't think we're going to get it like that. We might just get a cycle where it ends up 10x for everyone, but it's, you know what I mean? It's not like the 100x. Of course, we can't get that. The liquidity required is enormous. But you never know, okay? So we're taking it day by day. By this point, friends, like, I don't want to make anyone feel bad, but like, we got to know this. So when people say, Somi, why is it the worst? Like, what's happening? Well, if you go through all previous cycles, okay, by this point in time, the month of March, walking into April, okay, in 2013, 2017, 2021, the worst your portfolio would be since January, the worst is you're up a 3x. The worst. And by the way, it's accelerating hard. It does like another 2 to 3x in April, okay? April. So the worst, you'd be up a 3x. So if you go to our January down here, everyone's down like 50 to 75%. So roughly, if we were in any other year, the worst case, every other cycle, you would be, go to your portfolio, multiply it by 6. That would be the worst case. The worst case. So like, yeah, this time is different. Man, that sucks, man, because the diminishing gains was happening, but well, I didn't think it would like go red. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. To continue as well, friends, remember business ISM it's still below 52. So it's the same wider macro cyclical force that's keeping the whole business cycle down. That's others BTC down. Okay, business confidence, friends. Obviously, like, look, a lot of you in America, you guys have known this, but America's been pretty much in like a recession of sorts. It's just what's been happening is the government has hired that much flops for bureaucratic government roles doing nothing. They've basically just been like, it's really inefficient. So it's kept up jobs. It's kept up jobs and it's stimulated some stuff. But it's been like a crappy, you know, shadow economy pretty much, right? So, but so technically it's not a recession. It's just like it's people just pretty much just lazing around a lot. And a lot of you in America have known this. A lot of you guys know these job numbers are fake as bull crap. Yeah, you know what I mean? So, but now they're gutting it, trying to do something. Maybe the Elon Musk Doge thing, they're going to cut $1 trillion if they can, and then they give the stimulus out to everyone out here. So we'll see. We'll see, obviously, what happens. But maybe this is just one of those things where we just have to go through this short-term pain, the dip before the rip. But yeah, man, friends, I know you want certainty, bro. This whole game is like, it's all maybes, man. It's all maybes. Oh, maybe things get better. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Very interesting as well. PulseChain's pUSDT. So remember, the stupid P tokens, stupid pUSDT. By the way, I'm going to be a maverick rebel right now and contrarian. pHEX, I like you. pHEX is a P token. So Twitter Richard, I will have to reiterate, I like stupid tokens. I like pHEX. pHEX is a P token. I like it. Okay. Now, pUSDT, it rallied 10x in 2 days. And it's actually nearly pegged. All right. It has nearly pegged. Remember, friends, I made for you the months ago. I mentioned in the videos, I go like, a way to get leverage on your pDAI is you could, if you wanted to, you bet on the pUSDT pegging to pDAI, just like pUSDC did. Okay, so this is the pUSDT. Remember, this is not the JPEG one. It's not the JPEG casino one. This is it. So pDAI. Whoa, what a cracker number! Wow, you went up again, man. That's wild. You're only near a peg, 17%. That's awesome. Now, friends, here's the thing. Okay, let's look at it philosophically. What's going on? Okay, blockchain is a communication device. It allows free speech. All right? You get it? Okay, I'm going to gently catch you with my Pokeball. Now, because the blockchain allows free speech, it's another way to talk. So, if we have 15,000 tickers of coins with the same name, okay, if you're talking on Twitter, right, you're like, oh, this thing's a, let's say a DAI. This thing's a lot of DAI. This thing's another DAI. All of it. And any token, right? They can make a hex 15,000 times. Okay, that's words though. What about the blockchain? What's the contract address? Okay, who owns the contract address? Okay, that's a whole new game now. Now, you got to look at that communications device. There's a language there. Okay, who's in that network? Just like Bitcoin, friends. Bitcoin, there's many Bitcoins. There's different BTCs, right? They try to make the different Bitcoin, the forking and stuff out here, right? So if you're looking at the blockchain, it's talking another language. Okay, it's saying other stuff. And look, friends, when we make it out of this, it will be very interesting if universities, right, they teach about blockchain stuff in the future and markets. Well, PulseChain would be the best case because we had the founder actively doing, hey, here's another ticker with the same thing, right? One was launched here, one was launched there. Totally different, right? And we'll see how the market value sorts itself out. You know, for example, there is another DAI, yeah? It's the JPEG DAI, you know? So I attached these names out. He said JPEG DAI. It's the one on Pump Tires. It is 1.9 million market cap. And if you look at the pDAI, right? That's 53 million market cap, right? So you might say, oh, wow, it's around 4 to 5% of pDAI. That's another way to look at it. It's kind of like it's fairly valued pretty much. It hovers around here. Maybe it will go down to like 1%, right? But you're betting on this, like basically, like this would be, friends, they're risky. It's full on degeneracy. It's kind of like you're betting on this gaming mindshare when the next pDAI FUD thing happens. But we've already had 11 of them. So you got to wait for that next one. You see what I mean? Like, it's more complicated than it's worth, pretty much. But you get the point now. And people ask you, hey, there's all these DAIs. Which one do I get? Well, remember, friends, that's why we have Edge, okay? That's why the market hasn't priced these things properly. Yeah, that's why it takes time. Because you and I know there's different contract addresses. People don't even know, what's his address here? You know, you see what I mean? Like, here's another perfect example. Perfect example I thought of, okay? Let's say we got, let's say from my Telegram, we got Vlad, okay? Let's say, friends, we're in a room and there was literally 10 Vlads. One of them's Vladimir Putin. One of them's our baby doll Vlad. And there's all these other, let's say Vlad the Impaler. There's a Bitcoin Maxi. There's all these Vlads out here. They all have the name Vlad, okay? They just have a name tag Vlad, right? They have a name tag. It says Vlad. Doesn't have this stupid logo named pDAI has Vlad. So if you're sitting in a room, you're like, Vlad, which Vlad? They're all the same Vlad, right? So that's different to if you go, okay, what are your emails? Okay, what are your emails? Okay, so then maybe Vlad has, I am Vlad _ baby doll _ 2QT _ love at hotmail.com. That is, say, our baby doll Vlad. Okay, so now you're separating stuff out here, right? And you see what I mean? Like, you have email is another communication device. You're like, oh, that's another identifier tag to separate you from all the other Vlads out there, right? So maybe we're just moving in a world where, since blockchain's a communication device, Richard Hart says it's free speech, and he actually communicates on there. Thank you to Mr. Cash Money for identifying that for us. That's where we're going next, okay? And like I tell you, man, this is the Richard Hart's Twitter, friends. Just Richard Hart's Twitter. This might be the biggest troll of all time. He literally says, so like, if let's say we make it to the highest of stakes 2, it will be amazing. That's like a funny part of the documentary where maybe they just zoom in on me. They zoom in on my nostrils and I'm like, read my lips. Not my nostrils, read my lips. And I say, well, his biography literally said he doesn't use Twitter. So as far as I'm concerned, I can't take everything he says on Twitter seriously. You see what I mean? And then interesting, he's missing the word blockchain from here. He doesn't say, he doesn't use blockchain. Where's the word blockchain? You see what I mean? So, but here's the thing. I know it's tough, man. I know it's tough. Again, it's a new thing. We've never seen anything like it before. I get it. But look, man, all I'm trying to do is, I've told you this, okay? I don't know if pDAI gets to $1. I don't know if it goes to 5 cents. I don't know. All I do is I look at the price and I see everyone saying something's dead. And then I look at the narrative. I'm going, okay, why do you think it's dead? And they go, oh, A, B, C, D, E. Okay, so you're saying it's dead because of that. And I watch it and I go, well, you say it's dead. Price action, though, says otherwise. Is there a possibility you're wrong? And when I ask that question, their heads literally explode. Their bucket hats come off their head. They're like, no, it can't possibly be true that I'm wrong. No. I'm like, bro, you know, like, I think you're human. You've gotten some things wrong in your life. You know what I mean? I've been wrong about a lot of things too, okay? It's okay. Like, I can flip a coin right now. You don't know what it's going to be already. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to, like, open my mind to the fact that stuff out here it can be wrong, and it can change, friends. It can literally change. And by the way, why do you think things dead? Oh, because the price went down. Okay, interesting. I've seen markets like these before, right? So that's what we're trying to do, trying to compute that. And then if there's a difference, information asymmetry, I'll call it, it might be worth something. You know, there could be information asymmetry with the negative side, and you can't even get short because you think the thing's overvalued, right? There could be stuff like that where people think something is like a 90% chance of happening, but it's more like 20% chance, right? Like, for example, there are people turbo long Solana saying, oh, Solana's definitely flipping Ethereum and stuff out here. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's positioned everywhere, right? The market's just going to figure itself out. So this pDAI USDT pair, that's another thing as well. So the same actor or actee, Vietnamese kid, isn't it weird that there's meant to be an exploiter on the chain, yet we're doing this funky stuff like pegging pUSDT to pDAI. So if you check the chain, which Mr. 99 Capital, thank you so much for the information. Everyone else out here, people checking the chain. The actions on the chain are different to the narrative, man. Okay? The actions on the chain, they are saying pretty much, we support the peg, we're building for a peg, we're enhancing the system, we're fixing the system up, okay? It's like we've got a spanner, we're working on an airplane, and we're like fixing the engine, we're doing all this stuff, okay? But that's not, it's literally like someone said to this guy, let's say some guy comes in, he's scruffy, he's got a jacket, and you're like, oh, this guy is a terror heist. He's gonna plant an explosive device into this plane, and it's going to harm all the passengers. And then you watch the dude, and he's literally got Spoonie, and he's just like twinking stuff, and he like fills up the oil, you know what I mean? He checks the brakes of the plane, and you're like, wait, that's weird. I thought this guy was meant to explode stuff. He's actually fixing the plane so that it flies better. How's that work? You know what I mean? And then you might go into conspiracy. You're like, no. He's fixing it now for the first 30 times so he can blow it up on time number 31. Whoa. If you're a pDAI hater, that's what you sound like, by the way. That's literally exactly what you sound like. Not even, it's literally that metaphor hits it like right on the nail of the head. You're saying they're fixing stuff now so they can rug you bigger amounts of money later. Friends, imagine a thief broke into your house, okay? He goes in, he makes you a sandwich, yeah? He fixes your floorboards. Maybe he fixes the leaking under your tap. Maybe he goes to your storage place. Maybe he cleans he vacuums it and stuff out here in the middle of the night. All right. And then he basically, and then he leaves. Okay. And then someone says, oh, this thief is just cleaning up your place now so that it's easier to find the gold in your vault when he comes back in 3.5 years with his friends. You know what I mean? Like, okay, they do happen, but what I'm saying is, okay, you know that thief example? That example happens 1 in 100 people you meet. Okay? Yeah, one person's playing the long con. Okay. But the market price is saying the opposite. The market price is saying, no, this is the default. This is 99 times out of 100 this happens. Only one time it's the other way. 99 times out of 100, everyone's playing the long con on you. That's what's pretty much just happening here. You know, so I guess the price action over time, friends, the market will figure this out and it will confirm whether it's true or not. In some other news of the day as well, friends. So Senator Ted Cruz said Elizabeth Warren and China hate Bitcoin because government can't control it. So very interesting, right? Friends, isn't it funny? They're okay with Bitcoin. Why? Because it's public and you can track it. All right? You can track it. Bitcoin doesn't have any privacy solutions. All right? It's transparent, and the conduit of all the Bitcoin ETF volume is through Coinbase because they took down Binance. Yeah, you want to know the real... I've told you this. The real reason CZ got arrested is because they needed to FUD Binance so that the ETF volume goes through Coinbase. That's the real reason he got put away. The real reason. They had to FUD the crap out of Binance to make sure everyone knows, oh, like that. It had to look like, oh, we have to go with Coinbase now. They didn't commit any crimes. It's Binance, CZ, it's China and stuff like that. Okay, obviously that's the real reason why. Even further proof of that, the SEC, corrupt Chairman Gary Gensler, scum, was ordered, and also he's powerful, friends. They're the more scum than him. But yeah, they removed $1 billion profitable industry from the crypto industry. Okay, Binance USD. They had $18 billion, and they were making money just like Tether. They were making $1 billion a year. Isn't that crazy? And they just took it down. They disbanded it. BUSD. They did that. They did it right in front of our face. Couldn't do anything. It was bear market. And they fought it. By the way, Rocco Negro was accumulating BTC during that time. It was 100% confirmed as well. It's not even guessing. They were literally accumulating more BTC. Makes you think about Ethereum stuff out here too. And yes, I talked this with you because maybe we've got a need for a decentralized stablecoin. You know, and like fans, remember, whenever you hear someone saying decentralized stablecoin is trash, we don't need it, or these ones with $90 of liquidity, they're fine. Okay, bro, you literally, with all due respect, you got $4,000 net worth, okay? You're not a billionaire. You don't know how this game works. You'll never know how this game works, okay? Especially with that mindset, okay? You're not a billionaire who literally gets stopped at the airport, who gets arrested for random shit, people trying to sue you 15,000 times, banks try to close your accounts, people trying to literally kill you, okay? If you're going count and average, you are not like that, okay? You are literally not like that. You'll never be like that. So don't try to assume that you understand this game because you clearly don't, okay? You don't know how important this is because it doesn't affect you now, okay? But hopefully one day, maybe it can affect you because that means you'll be rich enough to care. Friends, imagine like America didn't exist yet and everywhere around the world was communist. Imagine that. Imagine you're watching people and even in the communist countries, they're like, oh, why would any stupid person go to America? Right? And then if you knew about it, like, oh, because these people don't want to be like having all their businesses just given to the government and then corruption for all this communist stuff that doesn't work, where you split all the output of everybody out here and then basically no one's long any of their equity, so they have no incentive to do anything. You see, it's literally the exact same thing. Richard Hart, oh, no, Richard, let's stop. Me, the dev, may or may not be coding our way to making a special economic zone, maybe, as the dev, right? A special economic zone is privacy. Nation state actors can't get to you here. And it's our lifeboat in case CBDC gets out of hand, which, newsflash, it will get out of hand. Mark my words, at some point in the future. PulseChain PLS hits 80% below SAC price. Did not think I'd be saying that, man, as we're going to April of 2025. Damn, man, new lows. But like I've shown you, the real culprit, I know the narrative, trust me. I know, it's the pDAI, it's the Richard Hart, it's BTC, friends. The narrative's for Ghazi, all right? It's ETH BTC. That's it. ETH BTC, remember I showed you this? ETH BTC, baby dolls, is down since June 2021. It's down 65%. Okay, from the top, ETH BTC is down 75%, still making lower lows. Okay, so if ETH BTC is down that much, everything remotely related to it. When's it going to turn around? I don't know. I'm sure you've seen this by now, friends. This is just a friendly reminder. Please pay attention. This is the logo of the coin you should stop buying immediately. Okay, stop buying pDAI. It's a stupid coin. So I think I've seen enough of this stupid coin. Man, it's gonna go great. It's gonna go great. So where to from here? Friends, what I like doing is just into something personal that I like tracking. I invite you to do the same thing as well. I like looking at other coins where people have like a really good read on them. So I like looking at, say, XRP because blockchain backer has a good read on it. And I'm looking at this chart here. I'm just wondering if it's going to hold. I hope it does. I think he still believes this thing eventually is meant to be like going sideways and then move up. But it's just I hope it's not. Well, head and shoulders. I hope it's not something like that. Okay, so just watching that. Man, the game is tough. The game really is tough. So, like I said, where are we going to move now from here? Well, the daily chart is sitting around here, screwing around. I don't even know what we're waiting for anymore, man. It was just how many days, bro? What are we even waiting for? You know? But look, it's very apparent, friends. We got this whole industry's gutted. It's so gutted. And don't give me this bullshit technology talk. Just shut up, bro. Just shut up, okay? We don't need your token. Yeah? All right, good tech. We don't need your token, bro. We don't need your 800 million market cap token to dump on retail. Truck off. We don't need you. We literally don't need the token. Leave the code. We don't need your token. Okay, so don't come and tell me, oh, we're building stuff. Bro, you're building a path for you to dump your shit token on investors, retail, in the bull market, and then you truck off, and then you blame it on the bear market, and then you come back in another form. That's what's actually going on. 99% of this industry. Okay. Look, there's a stupid coin out there. I'm not gonna say it, but there's a stupid coin. Maybe it's named pDAI, but I can get behind something I believe in like that. Yeah, we got to protect against CBDCs. What a good narrative, bro. What a good narrative. You know, and you got more believe in this JPEG coin. Yeah, but okay. We got 50 of them. And then another 50. And then another 50. And another 50. We don't have this. So I want everything to win. And trust me, friends, the narratives, they all sort themselves out. We need to ETH higher. But for now, I guess I'm going to enjoy my stupid coins. Like, subscribe, catch you soon.